What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Sayin Society. You have myself, Jachik, and Jagad. Justman couldn't join us for this episode of the podcast. He's busy with some stuff. So we're just going to power through without him.
Yeah. He had a couple hot takes. A couple of things to say. So I'll try to resonate with him.
We're going to talk about One Piece, Jujutsu Kaisen, Gachiakuta, and then the Bleach Anime. And then briefly talk about Black Clover and maybe My Hero. We'll see.
One Piece Anime too, I believe.
Okay, so we'll start it off with...
It's always One Piece.
One Piece. So One Piece Anime?
We got the good one. Yeah, let's do the anime just because... Yeah, we'll get... Just for the people that are actually caught up with the anime. The first thing I'd seen about this, like I had just watched the episode yesterday, but the frames.
Yeah.
Where I had assumed that... while Luffy was punching Kaido, mid-punch, they went through multiple frames.
They did.
Where they did Gear 2, Gear 3, Gear 4.
Yeah.
And then, like, another frame, right?
Yeah.
But when you're watching it, it's kind of like they're spaced out. Like, you have, like, they're, like, 0.1 seconds long. So you have to actually pause frame it to see what's even happening in the frame.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's one frame.
But that's how most frames have been. They've been, you have to pause it. It's not just you watch and realize what's happening. No.
You could... because
especially the Big Mom one, that one you had to pause frame.
No, not kind of not really.
And then even the King one, you didn't notice all of them.
The King one and the Big Mom one,
yeah,
the frames stayed on screen for longer, whereas the Luffy ones, like they were just so quick that you can't even perceive what's actually happening in that frame.
Yeah,
those ones you could actually like the Big Mom one. I saw that, like the smoking that Big Mom pack on Twitter. Then when I watched it, you could see that it was spelling that out without actually having to pause it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like obviously pausing, you could read the whole thing, but I could actually like tell that like, oh, like shit, it's actually there. And then I paused it just to see if it like, if people were just actually like yeah. So I think because they're flashing so fast, it kind of felt different. It didn't feel as like nice. I wish they had put it all together.
Yeah.
Like combination of punches, but it was the way it was also like split up in between like different punches. It was too spaced out in my opinion. I think they should have been closer together, especially if they're gonna be like 0.1 second frame each. Yeah, like put them together then have them.
Because didn't the frame impact go Gear 2, and then straight to Gear 4?
And then they had the Gear 3 one. Yeah, it was like I don't think they were in order.
Yeah, it wasn't in order.
And then the other thing was the way Kaido. Well, for one thing, we know Kaido has future sight.
Yeah. I mean, it's assumed that once you're at this Yonko stage, that you should have Conqueror's Haki, Armament, and then Future Sight, right?
Yeah, like
especially if commanders have it, and Yonko's supposed to be above commander level, then it's just assumed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but this is confirmation because even from Big Mom and her defeat against Kid and Law, we didn't see her do. We saw her do armament finally.
Yeah, we didn't see her use.
But we didn't see her do advanced or even do any observational, right?
Yeah, that's true.
And like part of it's because they were underestimating them. So again, it's still an assumption. But then Kaido changes into his dragon form, and then he's like, "Let me steal one out of your books." Essentially, and then he uses Future Sight to dodge all of Luffy's attacks.
Yeah, but and
then attacks him, right? So. Yeah. Like, I don't remember getting that confirmation in the manga.
I do. That's what I was saying. In the same I remember reading in the manga and I was like, okay, yeah. Like, it was like, it was up until that point, people in the community had been having debates like, yo, he's not even using Future Sight, this and that. Then he used it and it was like a total like flip. There was like a switch and people were like, okay, he's just been using it. It's just not being portrayed. Because I remember me and you having
being portrayed as
we were having this conversation where we were like, okay, if two people have Future Sight, there's no need to show the Future Sight because it's just you're canceling each other out in terms of Future Sight. So it just becomes like a one-on-one fight. So there's no need to actually showcase that. But it's unless your Future Sight is so far ahead. Do you know what I mean?
True. And what are the odds that two fighters are going to have the same amount of Future Sight?
Like the amount they can see in the future?
Yeah.
That is true. Right. Yeah.
And at that point, it would be whoever has the longer Future Sight is the one you would actually be able to see in the fight.
But not
the other one wouldn't really.
Not necessarily, because let's say you start it. You can see 30 seconds. You start your 30 seconds now, and then I waited 10 seconds.
To say it's not continuous?
But you know what I mean? Like I waited 10 seconds, and then I had my 30 seconds activated after that, or like 20. You know what I mean? So it depends on when, because it's circumstantial, right? So it depends at what time during the battle you choose to use your Future Sight, because that's also I feel like should be pivotal in a battle, right?
Because it's also based on like your mental state and stuff.
Yeah.
You also need to be able to be in a mental capacity to do it.
Yeah, that is true.
For the future sake.
That is true. So like,
because you can't just do it like willy nilly.
Okay, I have something to say about that, but it's manga related, so we'll just talk about it
later.
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
The other thing was when Kaido brings up, it's like it's when he's going bloodthirsty drunk or something.
Okay.
And he's talking to Luffy, and he's basically saying like do you even know the outcome that I want? Mm-hmm. And it just kind of further backs up that not that Kaido was underestimating Luffy, mm-hmm. but that he this is probably like a spoiler for the manga, I guess, but like that he wants somebody to come and defeat him.
Yeah.
And like we know from the beginning when they first introduced Kaido that mm-hmm. he's been wanting to die, like he wants something to defeat him.
Yeah.
And this just does a better job than in the manga of actually showing like how much like Kaido will go through to do that.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, like back to Wano Act 1.
Yeah.
From the point where he first knocked out Luffy went unconscious, and you know how he was like, "Oh, Luffy's still staring at me." That's probably because like he was staring at him. That's probably where it started, where he's like, "Yo, this guy has the potential to beat me." Because everyone else, like when you think about Hawkins, Apu, and Kid, mm-hmm. and Killer, the people that didn't have Conquerors or have that ability to really be like, "Nah, like I'm not joining you," those are the ones that he like so basically only Kid.
Yeah.
He threw him in the jail.
Prison, yeah.
While everyone else was like, "Oh fuck that, it's a Yonko. I'm gonna like hide. I'm gonna join your side," right?
Right.
So it's like how often does
Killer he experimented on. So.
But like how often does he really get people that will say no to him? Yeah. Because you see this overwhelming might of a Yonko, mm-hmm. and you're in the face of this, and you're gonna be like, "Nah, I'm not joining you."
Yeah.
So then him trying to crush his will and like just like all the steps along the way throughout Wano, I think he's purposely been kind of pumping Luffy up into like the direction where it's going. Cause
like you think he basically created this circumstance so that Luffy would be the one to defeat him,
like to test Luffy, and
if he could be the one to defeat him,
and then Luffy responded being able to get through it. Because when
he didn't, Luffy got defeated in this
episode. But like when Luffy gets back up, every time he gets back up, Kaido's like he's happy every time he gets back up.
Yeah.
Because he wants that fight. He wants there to be somebody that can defeat him.
But to me, I didn't see it as he wanted somebody to defeat him. I saw it as he finally saw somebody worthy of fighting. Like there's so few people that can stand out at Kaido's stage of strength that he can't have a proper fight. But if you like not a lot of people, and he's like, okay, now I can have a proper fight with this guy.
That's what
I'm more so I was thinking that he was enjoying the fight.
That's what I would normally think. Yeah. But he's not like Kenpachi in
that way. I'm not saying that he is.
But when I like if we go back to his introduction, the fact that he's been wanting to die, it further supports that rather than because he hasn't been shown to be like, oh yeah, I just enjoy this fight. He wants somebody to beat him. That's what's kind of been driven.
Even when he was first introduced, the whole wanting to die thing has basically been thrown out the window. Like, I don't think so. Okay, why does he want to die? Because we don't know, right? The thing is, we know. It never gets answered in the manga, does it?
It does. Because he says like the person that defeats him.
Yeah, but defeating and dying are two different things, bro. That's his whole thing. And the thing is, his introduction is him trying to commit suicide. So how does that serve anything? It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
That's what I mean. Like a whole different thing. Like, I don't think...
But it could be the point where he was trying to commit suicide was him realizing that he's the strongest creature in the world. Through all those acts that he was doing.
Like, he's like, he's like, there's no one.
Because that was like a narration of like the hype up to Kaido. Where Kaido landed in front of Hawkins Kid and Apu.
Yeah.
And you're right, that was the build up to that. That was where they were like, yo, every time they try to execute him, every time he tried to kill himself, he couldn't die. Like to really pump up that he's the strongest creature.
No, but see, it says every time. So I felt like his death attempts shouldn't have taken place up until Whitebeard died. Right? Like prior to Whitebeard's death. But
there's a 2-year gap there, right?
Right. But like the narration had it at that point seemed like it was like a long running thing. Do you know what I mean?
It could have been over the course of just like his life.
Because like again, what I'm saying is Whitebeard, as long as Whitebeard was alive, he would have been able to defeat Kaido.
But here's the thing though, Kaido hit his peak when Whitebeard was on his decline. So Kaido could have already been considered stronger than Whitebeard at that point. Because like when they considered him the strongest creature and gave him that title, Whitebeard is already on the decline.
Yeah, but Whitebeard was known as the strongest man.
I know, but they're two separate titles.
I know there's two separate titles, but I still think like Whitebeard's Quake Fruit is.
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
But I would say Kaido's defensive capabilities are way higher than Whitebeard's.
Yeah, probably because of his decline. Yeah, but his destructive output is higher.
Yeah, of course, but that's just part of the Quake Fruit, right?
Yeah. So then, I think Whitebeard would take him.
But that's not the argument.
No, I know. But like,
what I'm saying is like he knows that whoever defeats him is like, gonna go above and beyond type of thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like people that read the manga know exactly what I'm talking about. But then like so everything that's been kind of leading up to this, even when him and Big Mom were fighting together and they were fighting, it was like 2v5.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mom was underestimating them. And Kaido is the one who was like, yo, like, don't underestimate them.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, like, Kaido hasn't been underestimated. Like, we've been thinking that, like, because the way the fight's structured, that they're both underestimating him. Like, Big Mom's the one underestimating them.
Yeah.
But Kaido's been trying to, like, when he killed, or when he, like, hit Luffy off the island.
Yeah.
Like, he even says, like, oh, I should have killed him to really do it. But he's been giving, like, he's allowing these moments where...
No, like on
where
purpose.
Luffy can come back.
You're saying on purpose. So that is him, like basically taking it easy on him. He's doing it for a reason.
But he's not underestimating him.
No, bro, but he's doing it for a reason.
He's doing it to
it's like,
push his growth, just to have this person. Like maybe he's the person that takes him down, because he wants that. It's kind of like, I guess you could say in like not in the same way, but
how do you know that's what he wants? Like how are you saying that?
I'm just saying it's supported from the way he started and just the multiple times he has knocked out Luffy.
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't he killed him? Why has he just knocked him out and just let him go?
Yeah.
And then also, later on in the manga, like, the stuff he says, it just further supports that he didn't underestimate it.
Mm-hmm.
Him, he's just trying to push him.
Like, he's the one who allowed him to grow the way he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, doing that is in some way taking it easy on him. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm not saying that though. I'm just he did take it easy on him.
Okay.
I'm just saying he didn't underestimate him, right? Like he
taking it easy, underestimating, kind of like go hand in hand, bro.
No, because underestimating him is like thinking like these guys are so garbage. I don't even like it's not even worth my time.
No, but it's like one is
whereas
like,
the other one, he's taking it easy because he's trying to push him a little bit, like just kind of getting him there to the point where maybe he's the one that can take him. And if he's answering all those things and he's surviving and working his way up, then like. He answered his call.
Because he did knock him off the island and into the water.
Yeah,
that's essentially basically a death sentence for any Delphi user.
But
he just got lucky that Law was able to save him. That's literally just like straight plot armor.
But before that, in Act 1,
yeah,
and then there's a moment later. I can't really talk about it, and like, it's a spoiler. But
let's just get into the manga, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just get into the manga. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the manga now.
You want me to continue with this?
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Finish your train of thought.
Basically, when Luffy's in Gear 5 and Kaido hits him out of Gear 5, when he gets back in, Kaido's actually happy at the fact that this guy's not just down for the count and he can come back in.
Okay.
Like he's happy that like it can keep going.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. And then afterwards...
No, but what I mean is
he's like
what you're saying is he was knocking him out without the intent to kill.
Yeah.
When he knocked him out into water, that's intent to kill for any Delphi user.
Maybe, but they also knocked out Big Mom and she didn't die.
We don't know that.
What do you mean? When they knocked Big Mom off the island, she found a way to make it off. Like when they initially kicked her off the island, when it was like 2v5.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, we need to split them up.
Yeah.
They knocked Big Mom. It was like the same situation.
Yeah. Okay, I guess.
Like, and even in that situation, they were just like, oh, we just need to like separate them. They weren't even like.
No, but it
wasn't really intent to kill.
Like his intent would have been to kill Luffy, though. You know what I mean?
Maybe.
And the thing is, you could get away with the fact, like, because we're talking about manga shit now, that Wano's water is not seawater, so it shouldn't actually affect them at all.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the thing is, he doesn't know that. Kaido doesn't know.
Why?
That.
He's been there for 20 years.
You're telling me? So he's been there for 20 years. He knows that Pluton's under Wano, and he didn't use it.
No, but like if like Wano's waters are not like sea stone type.
Right, but how would he know that?
He has a whole army of Delphi users. Wouldn't it make more sense to like at one point have if one of them fell in the water, you'd know?
What would you? How are you gonna? Okay, army of doubtful users. One of them falls in the water. What do you do? How do you find that person? How do you go after them?
What do you mean?
You don't.
Nothing's gonna happen. They're just gonna come back out because the water didn't affect them.
That's if they can swim. If they can't swim, they're dead. They drown. If you're a doubtful user, you never learn to swim. What do you mean? I guess.
Well, because they have rivers, so it's like how deep. Whatever. That's like a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, even with them splitting Big Mom and Kaido, like the way law guys are talking about it, they're not like, oh yeah, like this is enough to kill Big Mom. They're like, we need to split them up, and like they fully knew that she's not gonna die from that. Essentially,
from the water.
From them knocking her off.
No, but she gets knocked off. Okay, yeah. Okay, sure. But she wasn't unconscious. Like the thing is, Luffy. What I'm getting at is that he was knocked off, unconscious, into water. For any doubtful user, that's a literal death sentence.
That's one circumstance out of the 4 times that he has knocked him out.
Yeah, but you were saying that if he didn't have the intent to kill, which means in that scenario he did have the intent. No,
because even when that happened, he was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. When he did knock him out, into the water, he was like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have kept him here and like kind of like paraded his body so everyone knew that he was like dead.
So then maybe you could say that him saying I shouldn't have done that, he regretted trying to kill Luffy.
Yeah.
Then you could say that. Okay,
yeah.
Sure.
And then even in like when he talks to King and he's like, whoever, like it's a flashback and he's like, whoever beats me can be Joy Boy.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, no, because what happens is King thinks Kaido is Joy Boy,
but he thinks whoever defeats him is Joy Boy.
Here's the thing, and this we haven't even started talking about the chapter yet.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Kaido liberated King.
I know.
From a government facility, right? In King's eyes, Kaido would be his Joy Boy. But even symbolically, he would be his Joy Boy. Do you know what I mean? Because
what are you getting to though?
Joy Boy is like a person who frees people, right?
Yeah.
Like that's the whole aspect of it. So what's interesting is like, do you think because Kaido did that, like he freed King, learned about Joy Boy, that he purposely created Wano as a 100%. Sort of authoritative state or whatever, like pinned everyone down, and he was like, yo, fuck it, like but this is a necessary evil that I need to 100%. Be so that I can bring about a liberator who is stronger than me.
I thought that was like more or less confirmed in the manga, like just the way the conversations were.
But I didn't think
it's because of how developed, like he thinks whoever beats him is Joy Boy.
But the way
the reason why he said like he needs to take over Wano specifically, because he didn't say like he could just take over. It wasn't any other island. Like it was specifically wanted Wano is because of how like what it meant.
So what I'm saying is like the way it seemed to me though was as though like Kaido was a fucking scumbag, and he was just trying to like basically take over Wano and do like all this basically fuck shit that he did, and in the process he was like, yo, whoever defeats me would be Joy Boy, not that was his end goal. So the way you're saying it is that he structured everything for that to be his end goal, which is like ultimately to be defeated, which like basically fulfills his circle, right, of like him trying to die, and like the whole like
death completes a person.
Death completes a person, exactly. which is fucking makes sense, right? But what I had thought was that he was just like doing the shit that he was doing, and then the Joy Boy
ended there.
It ended up there.
No,
like it wasn't planned. Like it was an unexpected circumstance that just happened, and he was so, and that's what I thought. Like he was so happy at the fact that this happened, and he's like, no way, this is happening now, and that joy is what translated to his Luffy fight. You know what I mean?
Okay, you could see it like both ways.
But your way, your way makes more sense.
Yeah,
it makes way more sense.
Even like so,
like in terms of storyline and his character as a whole and everything.
And then even in the anime, when the CP0 guy comes and he
gets chapped.
It was crazy because in the manga you think that I thought he like finger pistoled or like did like one of like the 6 powers technique to hit Luffy when Kaido came, but he just holds back his arm. Which makes way more sense in terms of like the scalability like of their skills, like what they can even do, because Luffy in Gear 4 would be able to beat that dude, right? So him being able to just hold back his fist like is within like that makes sense.
Again, we had like when this came out way back during the time it had come out, we had already thought that regardless of if Buddy had stopped his fist or not, Kaido was gonna win that exchange.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So like, but the thing is like
in the anime though, Kaido has like a flashback to Odin, right?
Yeah, and same thing.
And it happened in the manga too, I think.
Same thing.
But like, the way I think it's like the way they convey his emotion and stuff, like his eyes and everything.
Yeah,
he's kind of thinking like, this already happened once with Odin, now it's happening again. Like, fuck.
See, so
because both times he's thinking we're potential people that could have beat him and like defeated him.
Yeah.
And he won because
underhanded means.
Yeah, because the first time it was Orochi. Second time it was this.
See, for me, when I had seen that, I was like, yo, like he was having a sick fight with Odin. And then someone came, interrupted his fight, gave him an upper hand, and he disliked that. But like, second time, the same thing happened. So when I watched that, my interpretation was he was chapped that somebody had fucked up his fight. Not that he was like
that's a fair thing to say. It's just kind of like we don't know that's his character. That's like an assumption of his character. Whereas the whole death thing is something that we've seen multiple times with his character, which it makes more sense to relate it to that.
Yeah,
that's the only thing. Because otherwise, you would think that. For sure. But it's just because of how much he's been.
But the thing is, like that whole that death thing was like a one-off thing, bro. Like it's shown once, and that's it.
But then I'm saying like his further quotes and everything. Like,
but like
there's a lot of things.
The thing is,
that up.
Like because of and why didn't he like? So let's say Kaido had fought Odin, right?
Yeah, 1v1.
1v1, and he died.
Yeah.
Like, then what? Nothing, right? Like none of the current story, like nothing would happen.
I think with the Odin one though is because he knew Odin was stronger, because he had at that point he hadn't even built his army up or anything.
Yeah.
And he needed to do this thing with Orochi to even like get towards this Joy Boy aspect, right? Because like Odin wasn't like, that was at the beginning of it. Like Kaido wasn't at his peak. Like none of these guys are at their peak. He doesn't have like the armies at like
but like why did he? Okay, so like one, do you think the emergence of Joy Boy had to be in Wano, or could it have been in another similar island country but not Wano?
I think it had to be. It's not the emergence of Joy Boy. It's that Joy Boy would have to come to Wano to like free it, and Wano was just one of those kingdoms that he had to take over because of that. Because it feels like one of some other random island. Like, maybe Joy Boy wouldn't even make it over there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, you could, like, for example, like Fisherman Island. No matter what pirate you are, you have to go through Fisherman Island to get to the New World. So, like, if that, for example, was an island that I took over, then I'm like, the person who defeats me that has to move on to this next grand stage has to be at least this Joy Boy level character. You know what I mean?
It's also just like Wano's place in history, like the fact that they're the ones who created poneglyphs. Like there's so many more implications as to why Joy Boy would lead to Wano.
So he like, cause he has like deeper ties and stuff with Wano.
It just makes more sense that Wano would have been the one place to take. Yeah.
So this chapter, I don't remember what number it was, but Garp pulls up.
This is after the 1 month break.
Yeah.
First of all. Which is kind of wild because, you know, One Piece community was garbage.
Wildin'.
I don't know.
Anyways, so Garp, dude, he's putting in that work.
Yeah.
The first panel is him. He fucking tossed San Juan Wolf.
Yeah.
Bro, man's is the biggest, one of the biggest dudes in the verse.
Yeah.
And he just fucking chucked him into the water.
He is the biggest.
I think he might be the biggest.
He is the biggest. Biggest physical person we've seen. Maybe Zunisha or something, but like.
I think, Zunisha's the biggest, like,
it's hard to tell.
Entity. No, Zunisha is the biggest entity, I'm pretty sure. And then, like, obviously you have, like, Oars, Junior Oars.
No, but I don't even think so.
No, but he's, like, same size as them or bigger, right?
No, he's bigger.
I mean, and
if you go back to Marineford, like, where they had Oars Jr. there, that guy was not even close to as big as what this guy was like. Plus, he has like the giant fruit or something.
He also has a big fruit, so that's just like huge. So Garp fucking tossed this dude, which is crazy. And I had always thought that Garp's insane strength was due to his supplementation of his hockey. Like, he was strong, but then his hockey made him even stronger, which is why he's so fucking beast. So because of how strong his hockey was, he's able to like do these insane feats of strength.
I never thought about it that way though.
I had thought about it like that.
I always thought he was strong, and then like he also throws hockey on top of it.
I thought it was
because
Yeah.
Like Water 7, when you first see him, the way he's chucking cannonballs with his bare hands.
Yeah.
That's not hockey induced.
No, I know. But
you know
then after, like, he throws one, like the small ones, then he throws the massive one.
That big chain.
And you're like, yo, how the fuck is this guy this strong? So I had thought, like, bro, like, because you see his physique, you see his size. Yeah. Right? His fucking strength is way beyond his physique and size. So I was like,
sure.
Yeah, like, whatever, you know. So, like, I was like, yo, hockey for sure is, like, some sort of something implemented in his fighting style that allows for him to be this strong.
Okay.
But, like, this chapter basically tells, like, nah, he's just that strong without hockey. Yeah. The fact that he had, Navy ships as punching bags, so that's fucking wild, bro.
He had a backstory with Aokiji.
Yeah.
And they're just fucking breaking the hulls of ships with just their bare hands.
Bare hands, yeah.
They're not allowed using any type of hockey. And at that point in the story, Aokiji didn't even know how to apply hockey at all.
Yeah.
And then
it says even if his direct, whatever he says is even if I wanted to, I couldn't.
Yeah, because he doesn't know how to. He couldn't apply hockey at that point.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen a Logia type use hockey, have we?
What do you mean? Marco has hockey.
Do we see?
But he's like zone. I guess he's a zone fruit. But like,
okay, I mean Logia, like full on Logia, not
like actually.
Marco.
Well, didn't they change? Was the Katakuri? Did they change his special paramecia to a Logia type, or did they do it the other way where it was a Logia and they turned it into a special paramecia?
I think they changed it to a special paramecia. So anyone who's confused what we're talking about is when Katakuri was first introduced, his devil fruit was introduced as like a Logia type.
But then it was
but then later on it was changed from a Logia type to a special paramecia type. And so it's like somewhere out there and we don't know, like it was either in like a Weaver card or like in an interview or some shit where
I think Oda just made the switch. Like he realized
where Oda made that sort of like, you know, change. But we haven't seen like Logia types use hockey. And I mean, I mean armament hockey. I'm trying to say armament hockey.
I guess it's because we haven't seen Logia fruits
encoded,
as much since post time skip, right? I think maybe that's why.
Yeah, or we haven't seen anyone strong enough with the Logia fruit.
Yeah, because
you
could say anything from Marineford, like they probably had hockey and stuff, but like
Sabo.
Yeah, but Sabo had hockey before Logia. Like you just meant like how is he gonna apply it on top of his?
Yeah,
that's what you meant.
Yeah,
I thought you were just asking.
Huh?
I thought you were just asking because Sabo had his he had hockey before he even had the Logia fruit.
No, I know, but we haven't seen.
Oh yeah.
Right, like we haven't seen the implication of that.
But
so maybe there's some sort of like if you have a Logia type, maybe you can't use.
No, because when Aokiji and Garp punch each other,
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
They have hockey.
That's what I thought too. I was like, when they first of all, we jumped the gun a bit.
We can go back after, but we're already in the Aokiji talk.
Okay, so Aokiji and Garp trade, right? They clash, and it looks as though Aokiji's fist is encoded in hockey
because they had this. They had the lightning.
That's right. But the lightning, there was lightning and there was ice.
Yeah.
So the lightning could be from Garp, and then the ice could be from Aokiji. Right? So it's hard to tell. I definitely thought it was hockey, and I was like, bro, this is the first like Logia hockey thing. Like, holy shit, right? And then I was talking.
You forgot about Sabo.
No, not Sabo. Never used it like that though. Never like
both together.
Yeah. Because that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And so then I was talking to somebody else, and they were like, "Yo, it's hard to tell." And I'm like, "Yeah, it is hard to tell." So when it gets animated, for sure we'll
find out.
Right? But it did definitely look like his hand was encoded because it was darker than his other hand.
Here's
right?
The other thing. Do you think that Aokiji has Conqueror's hockey? Because do you think those sparks are actually Conqueror's hockey? Sparks or lightning or whatever the fuck it is.
I'm gonna say yeah, he does.
Okay, because the
only reason why I'm saying that is just because if you look at Garp's previous disciples or pupils, like let's say at some point Dragon for sure was trained under Garp, right? Like that's a fair assumption, no?
Sure. I don't know.
And then
that's tough to say because you could also say that when Dragon was a kid, Garp was probably still climbing up in his ranks of being a Marine.
Yeah, but he's still probably...
So he might not have even had time to actually train Dragon.
I don't know.
Whereas where Luffy, he's already at that...
Okay, well, what I was getting at was you have Garp, probably has Conquerors, Or no, not Garp, but Dragon probably just conquerors.
Yeah.
Luffy and then Aokiji. You know.
So like I actually think Aokiji doesn't have conquerors.
Okay. Yeah.
But my reasoning is because, the way Aokiji's, he has a wavering heart, where he doesn't know where justice lies.
Okay. Yeah.
I feel like his character is in like the search of true justice.
Yeah.
And because Fujitora thinks he knows what true justice is, but he has like a what do you want to say, like good justice, like he believes in like helping
the innocent and stuff
like
that. Yeah.
And then like Akainu is like, his shit's like corrupted,
absolute,
but his is absolute justice,
absolute
right?
Justice, yeah.
But so then like I just think the way Aokiji left the Marines is because he realized the type of justice that he believes in he's not gonna find that with the Marines.
Mm-hmm.
And him joining Blackbeard's because he's trying to find what is real justice, right?
Yeah.
And part of that might even come from maybe watching Luffy or something. And then, but because he has a wavering heart, since hockey's like the embodiment of your will.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually have like a solid will.
Well, you could also say he doesn't have a solid goal, right? Like anyone who has, I mean.
But yeah, and then the other thing is
okay, what I was gonna say is anyone who has a solid goal conquers hockey, right?
But then there's also like other people like Katakuri.
That's what I was gonna say. Katakuri is the one person that like he doesn't really have a goal. It's just protect my family.
That's still a goal.
Yeah,
as long as they're strong-minded about something. But the other thing was because Marines themselves majority of them don't have conquerors.
Yeah, they don't.
And that's like they're submissive to the system, to the world government, right?
We haven't even seen, other than Garp, who else has conquerors? Maybe Sengoku?
Yeah, maybe that's what I was gonna say. You could say Sengoku, but it's like you haven't actually seen anyone with conquerors. And that's fair because they're literally bowing their head down.
No, it makes sense
to others.
Yeah.
So like they're not really a conqueror.
Yeah, no,
right?
It makes sense. It makes sense.
It makes sense that pirates are the ones that get conquers. So like Aokiji could maybe get conquers now or later.
Yeah.
Now that he made that switch, but I think it's because he's like still in the search of it. He doesn't have that yet, and that could extend to hockey overall. Like, does he really have hockey?
Okay.
Yeah, but I think conquers for sure he doesn't have.
Yeah.
And then armament and observational, like it's fair to assume he does have it because he did train under Garp. And, and the way Rayleigh said, like armament and observational are things you can actually train to learn.
And most people have that.
And conquers you can actually, like you either have it or you don't, right? So, and then now we'll go back in the chapter.
Bro, so fuck you. Because you had said this before. On the pod, how like, oh yo, like Garp death flags are coming, and he's like, oh yeah, it's gonna be some shit.
I've been saying it for
mad long.
Since Wano, before there were even death flags. Bro.
Yeah. You were saying like, yo, and we had been theorizing about like, okay,
because I said it's gonna be Kobe, to be Shanks, or it had to be Garp.
No, and we were talking about how Kobe's gonna be the reason.
Yeah,
but like, bro, this that same fucking shit, bro. Kobe's fucking Luffy.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Kobe is Luffy.
Okay, you said Kobe's fucking
Luffy. No.
Like, wait, what is this?
Kobe is Luffy, right? Like, fucking dumbass doing some dumbass shit, and then somebody else has to step in and fucking take the hit.
So there's an issue with this though. Like, first of all, Kobe shouldn't have been dumb enough to think that he needs to save somebody. But like it kind of, especially,
I don't think it's dumb enough. I think it's because he's still naive.
Like naive. Yeah. But with his like. The way they've portrayed him now, like post time skip, like he has that voice of observation from Marineford.
Right.
It's kind of weird that he would fall for that, but like we'll give him. It's like you'll give him the pass because it's Kobe, and like you understand that like he's still naive, right? Yeah. But then what's weird is that why couldn't Garp protect himself? Like how did Shiryu cut him? Like why didn't he coat himself with hockey?
So this is what I think.
And if he was fast enough to get in between them, why didn't he just like move him out of the way? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many other things he could have done.
No, I think...
why did he have to get... I think
it was, like... So, if you look at the blade...
Yeah.
The blade that Shiryu uses to pierce Garp...
Yeah.
It's all black.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I do.
All black.
So, it's all black. So, that's one... It means one of two things.
Yeah.
Right? One, it's encoded in hockey. So, then that makes sense. Two, and this was always just a stretch, that Shiryu made a fucking black blade.
But there's a possibility.
It is a possibility, but that's fucking crazy if it is. Like if it's a black
I've been under the assumption that Shiryu was like Mihawk's not gonna be the last person that Zoro fights. It's gonna be Shiryu
like could be. But so I don't know. The thing is I don't know. I don't know if it's hockey though, or if it's a black blade.
It probably is.
So the
Haki.
entire blade is black, and it cuts Garp. So that's why it's like Haki, right?
The way that he went to go protect Kobe, instead of running to protect him, he could have just ran to literally beat the shit out of Shiryu. Because you would assume that Garp has observational.
Yeah.
Even if Shiryu's invisible, he knows where he's gonna be.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why it's like.
But I think it's because of his old age, maybe. Like his body can't keep up to the speed at which his like mind's at. You know?
One, it's because of his age. Like he needs to really figure out when he wants. Like he needs to really hone his Haki and use it when he can. Because he's fighting like 200
people, and he's been fighting for a while.
He's fighting mad people.
Yeah. Like he pulled up.
That's one thing. But it could also be that maybe
blazing, you know?
maybe Garp hasn't actually been practicing observational and he's only been focused on armament because
he's retired.
But because he's so like strength heavy.
But he's been retired for 2 years now, right? So in those 2 years, it could have.
Did he retire?
Yeah, he retired after.
I don't remember him retiring.
He retired after Marineford.
Okay, so I think like he maybe just focused on armament.
Yeah.
Rather than focusing on observational.
Yeah. So he's like, let me just beat the.
So maybe he doesn't have observational.
I think he does.
Because you don't need to have observational to be.
I think he does have observational. Is just the
circumstance.
The circumstance, bro. Yeah. He had to jump in front of Kobe. Kobe was gonna get murdered.
And then also, I think Oda also needed to find a way to really push somehow make a way where Garp could actually get injured.
Yeah.
Because like when this whole shit started, it was literally Garp on fighting downhill against all these dudes.
Yeah, he's literally.
And now it's like to like level it out and maybe have that added factor of is Garp actually gonna die?
I don't like
the Garp might die.
No. Like, it's okay. Like, kill him, sure. Why are you doing it the same way you did Ace?
Because this was his atonement.
You know what I mean?
Because
like you're saying that,
and we were saying that it's gonna happen where Garp might see Kobe like potentially dying, and he's gonna save him because he couldn't actually save Ace.
Yeah. But so the other thing is like, because Kobe was known as the hero of the Rocky Port incident, and Garp is known as the hero. This was just a theory. It was that there can't be two heroes.
Yeah, so one of them has to die.
And so Garp dying here is gonna lead to Kobe being the hero of
the new age.
And he's just gonna be, but it's gonna be like just like hero, not just hero of this incident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like at the end of the chapter, right? So we see both of them hit each other, and they both get flung back equally, right? And this is injured Garp, right? Yeah. So man's just a monster, bro. Anyways, so he's laying on the ground, and Kobe's like, "Oh shit!" Like they all got away, his squad.
And then Buddy with the island fruit's like, "Nah, I'm about to fuck him up."
And he's out here taunting him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Bro, I'm gonna murk out everybody, and then tomorrow the headlines is gonna say this, bro. Like you're gonna be my thumbnail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fuck you guys this hard."
No, actually though. But the very last panel, like Kobe's stripping out and Garp's laying on the ground, and he's kind of like, "Yo, justice will prevail."
Yeah. So I think that is the fact that Garp's about to get up and go round 2.
Oh, I have a whole nother theory.
What do you think?
I have a few things to say. First, potentially this could be LKG switching to go save them, because again, he's trying to figure out his justice.
Yeah.
He's not going to be down for just innocent people to just be dying.
Okay.
So LKG could be that, but the other thing is there could be another person, because remember how Garp just like jumped the gun and just went to go save Kobe, and everyone was tripping out at headquarters like, "Yo, you can't just rush in there by yourself."
Yeah.
It might be reinforcements, and it could be somebody else that's coming.
Oh, okay. To help him. And like he was stalling?
Not that he was stalling, but just like we know that Garp has an unwavering faith in justice. Mm-hmm. So he's saying that, but it's just gonna work out where like somebody's gonna come at the nick of time and like.
So who you think's pulling up? Like Fujitora, Green Bull?
I don't know. I can't. It's got to be one. I was thinking Kizaru, because we haven't really seen Kizaru.
It's not Kizaru.
No.
Kizaru's on his way to Egghead with the Gorosei, bro.
Fujitora makes the most sense.
Yeah, it would have to be Fujitora.
Fujitora makes the most sense to me. But either that or LKG has to go do that. Because even though he aligned himself with Blackbeard guys, he could be like, "Yo, like this is not what I signed up for," and they'd have to just be like okay with it.
We also saw that Garp had a 3-star bounty.
Yeah, but that's from Buggy guys.
Buggy guys, bro. He's a 5-star, bro. That guy's a 5-star.
But no, but they said the 3-star was on par with. Did they say Yonkos or Admiral? They said Yonkos. I think
I
think they said the 3-star bounty is up there as like the same level as Yonko. So that's completely fair.
Give him 5 stars, bro.
For what?
Just because he's that guy.
But here's the other thing. Garp saying justice will prevail. Arthur had tweeted this on Twitter.
Yeah.
It was a side by side with Doflamingo saying justice will prevail. Of course, it's gonna prevail because whoever wins is justice.
Damn, that's wild.
So now it's like, I think they're both laying on the ground when they're both saying those things.
Probably. Oh, so now
crazy. It's crazy. Like, I wonder what's gonna happen now when you think about that.
So they're gonna lose, is what you're saying? Because in that scenario, Doflamingo was saying that after his defeat to Luffy, right?
Yeah.
That justice will prevail. But was he saying it now? Because I don't remember Doflamingo's image or the panel. Was he saying it as in though like, you'll see, I'm still gonna win type shit, or was he saying it in the sense that like, I lost, you won, you are now justice,
like that?
Okay. Yeah. So
but we know that more so in the way of like, because of what he knows about the Celestial Dragon and the world government, how basically like they became justice.
So like that. But that was Doflamingo's like idea of justice, right? Whereas Garp's is not like that. So it's the polar opposite.
I know. So but it's just like, I wonder how that's gonna tie in, because if Oda is having that as a callback, then that could mean other implications from what we're thinking.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know how it'll fit in this situation as of now, but like maybe next chapter it'll like spur something.
Yeah. I had a train of thought, but I totally just lost it. It was something I was gonna say before you went off with his justice stuff.
You wanna sit on it, or you wanna? Maybe you'll come back at the like we'll be like 4 anime deep, and then you'll.
I don't know. It had something to do with the Garp, I think. I don't know. Whatever.
It's late now.
Yeah, it's all good. It was a solid point, bro. At some point, I was gonna be like, "Yo, this."
Maybe bring it up next week if you remember. But let's move on to the next thing.
So now we're gonna talk about.
I want to do Gachiakuta.
We're gonna talk about Gachiakuta. So we haven't talked about Gachiakuta in a while. We could just do like a brief.
It is brief, yeah.
Thing about.
I know there's a Gachiakuta fandom.
Is there fandom?
And I've seen a few of them on Twitter. They trickle on like Twitter and stuff. So like.
Yeah.
We're doing this for these guys. I feel like, this is like, there's not too many of us.
Sorry, Gachiakuters.
Yeah.
But so the last couple of chapters has just been a fight between the cleaners.
Yeah.
The janitors and the vandals, right? We've been seeing them like sectioned off underground and just 1v1s essentially. And
there's a sword girl fighting.
So the last time we had talked about it, Zenka was having his backstory, and we just learned more about him, how he thought he was a genius.
Not really.
Not a genius, just an average Joe. He gets his shit rocked. Then we see this scissor girl. I don't remember her name, but she's using scissors to fight this girl who has a very interesting.
She manipulates her hair.
Jinky. She manipulates her hair, but she manipulates her hair with static electricity.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So it's cool. She uses hair and she uses electricity at the same time. It's actually pretty cool the way she uses her power.
Yeah. And
this is a flashback, though. Because, like, prior to everything unraveling, these couple events, I don't remember how many chapters ago it was. It was the girl with the hair standing there while the girl with the scissors is just KO'd on the ground. So either this was like a flashback or this I don't know what that was, right? But obviously we know it's not a flashback because the events of the chapters.
I think that was just like
one instance. That's
just something that happened.
Right.
Yeah. Moved on from that.
I don't want to, I want to get their names because now we're just talking girl with the hair, girl with the scissors.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It sucks.
So they're the vandal and the janitor. So they're just fighting each other. Hair girl has the upper hand.
To be honest, you don't even have to talk about any of that. I think the biggest thing is the one with the cleaners. She pulls out a gun.
Yeah.
Which is like, one is kind of funny because like you have these guys with powers and stuff, and she kind of just pulls out a gat, and that's kind of like the end of it.
That's the end of the fight.
Like you're kind of just like, okay, like shit, what? Like now I'm done.
So the thing is, I saw the gun, right? And I was like, oh shit, she has another Jinky. Like expecting her powers to like go through the gun, and she just like, nah, let me just fucking shoot you and kill your ass. And I was like,
and then
that's fucking wild, bro.
Just like the newest chapter that came out.
Yeah.
the art for that was crazy.
Oh yeah,
like
crazy.
I don't know what the artist was or the author was doing, but shit, man.
Yeah. So her hair is red, and then it changes to a black color.
But it shows you like, it all of a sudden shows you that, you know, she's a hitman.
Yeah.
And then it's the art style kind of conveys that she's more something dark. And everyone's kind of, or the person she's fighting, she's kind of like, yo.
It was like in these cleaners or in this light, there's some darkness, some sort of like, you know, just take on that. Yeah. But
and then not even that, like, because like she also says that how Engine had said that we can't kill people.
Yeah.
So, you know, we didn't know that like prior to this.
Yeah.
So that's, you know, to show that there has to be some type of evil, I guess. With like that's the way she's thinking.
But basically,
like, she have to be willing to kill people, and like she doesn't want anyone to realize, because then they're gonna kick her out or whatever, right?
No, because it's just basically it was like, if from the get-go she was serious, she would have just had the gun out and just shot everyone in the head, and that would have been over. But because of the restriction that Engine had put on her, she had to fight this way up until it was like a last resort type thing. But she also saves Zenka as well, because she shoot the shit out of Jabber too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, she didn't just beat her. She walked around and she's rattling. She says, Zenka, like, I can't believe you're basically half dead. Yeah. Let me save you. And just shooting him up. Which is like, as much as I'm here for her just going around shooting everyone with a gun, I feel like they should have just kept it to just the one girl. Because I like Jabber. Like, I want them to have another fight where they actually best him, not just having her shoot him down.
But now this kind of begs the question: like, she was a hitman.
Like, what was everyone else?
There's other hitmen. Like, this is clearly a job. There's other people with guns. That's a whole nother organization of people introduced that can easily just kill everyone. Because right now, it goes gun, then everything else. Right? But that's the thing that doesn't make sense, right? Is way back when their headquarters was attacked, it was attacked with a fucking bazooka. Yeah. And they used a jinky to block it. So
it depends on the jinky.
Because of that, the reader, or at least me,
you would think that jinkies are stronger.
You would think that jinkies are stronger than a gun. So I think it's maybe depends on the jinky.
Depends on the jinky, and depends on, I guess, how much energy they have to use their jinky.
Yeah, I don't know.
And like all that stuff. Yeah. Like, because she didn't pull it out until near the end of the fight. Yeah. Where you could see that they were both exhausted and stuff. Whereas they pulled the bazooka out right at the beginning, and that person's like tailor-made to, like, you know, defend.
Yeah, that's true.
Essentially.
That's true.
Yeah, I just really like the art for this chapter. And,
that's
like,
crazy.
Man, Gachiakuta fans are eating with this chapter just from the art alone. And like the stories are already proper.
So, moving on. I remembered what I wanted to talk about.
Okay,
from the One Piece chat.
We'll splice it in.
We'll just splice it in here, right? The cover page was fucking sick.
It was a cover request, though.
It was sick. The best one so far. Just clean. Just the craziest one. I think it's wild that this cover request, like, he because what I'm assuming, right, is Oda gets cover requests, and then he's like, okay, I'm gonna do this request with this chapter, this request with this chapter. Because how is he gonna have an ace cover page and then have an ace like death moment to Garp in the fucking chapter? Like, bro, I fucking see you, Oda, bro. Like, why the fuck you gotta do that to us, man?
Anyways,
fucking guy.
Moving on.
I Bleach.
Yo, Bleach episode, man.
Yo, the animation is crazy. But
we got a lot of Hitsugaya versus Busby.
Busby, we did.
And I really like I like their whole interaction, to be honest, because
the dialogue, everything.
Like, Hitsugaya trying to learn to fight without going into his Bankai, and even all the other instances of these guys, you know, invading, and everyone talking about the shadows and everything. Yeah. Like, all that stuff is clean, but what's kind of weird though is the way they said, you know, they lost like 9,000 years ago or whatever, or 1,000 years ago, and like they hid in the shadows and everything. Why did Ichigo's mom lose her powers? Because that would have been roughly like 10 years ago.
Yeah. No, but he didn't come back till it was Yawatch got his powers back then.
Like,
remember, it's like after this many days, this many days.
That's what I'm saying. So like, was that what was that? That was 90 years. Like, what was that day that
he just got his powers back?
Yeah, because
it was 90 years.
Because he was saying, you know, 9 days to take the world.
Yeah.
because that's like the added part of it that nobody really knows.
No, but the 9 days is now, it's happening right now. Like we're in the 9 days.
So that means from that, it would have been from 9 days. It would have been 9 months, and then 9 years.
Like he reclaims his like his sight, his this and that. Like I don't know the exact code or whatever.
But it goes 9 months, 9 years, and then 90 years or something, and then 900 years, and altogether that would have been 1,000 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like it just the power, like it just kind of like I wish we could see which one was which, but it would have been the 9 year mark where he reclaimed the powers.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird because wouldn't it? I guess the 900 one would have been when he resurrects.
No, but what do you mean? Like how are you saying the 9 year timeline doesn't make sense in the story?
It's kind of weird in the way that he reincarnates, like when he comes back and he's getting back his like true powers and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like the first 900 years is for him to come back. Mm-hmm. Then the 90 years is for what? 90 years is for his eyesight, like, and then all of a sudden, and then 9 years is for his power, and then what's the 90 days or 9 months for or whatever? You know what I mean? Like it's kind of
like build his army. I don't know because we don't have the exact thing up here, so we can't even dispute it, bro.
I'm about to find it.
Okay,
but you continue talking about
anyways,
about the chapter.
The music was crazy. The orchestral music, I know we've talked about it before, but it really does set the mood and the tone for the rest of the series, or like even the tone of the episode, right? Like I
got it up.
Okay, go ahead.
So 900 after 900 years of being sealed, he would regain his pulse. After 90, he would regain his intellect, and after 9 years, he absorbs the power of every impure Quincy to make their abilities his own.
There you go. So it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, you're tripping for no reason, bro.
I guess so.
What I thought was interesting though was Mayuri, his design,
his shadowless one.
I didn't catch that in the manga at all. Like I thought his design, you know how he's wearing like
the
glowing light suit. In the manga, I thought he was just like wearing white.
He was wearing something.
He's just wearing white because that's so like he's always wearing white. Yeah. And it just seems like that.
It just seemed like a new outfit. Like
exactly.
He had changed himself into like
a new version because he does that. You see his progression. He's wearing white here, white here, white here, whatever.
I thought the same thing.
But then with the way it was portrayed in the anime, it's
better.
actually just way better light suit, so that they like can't catch him in the dark and shit. Yeah.
And he built that whole room to not have shadows.
Exactly.
It was weird though because they had quotes around the shadows. Because it's like, how did he build it without having any like essentially reishi there? Because they're using the reishi. Yeah. And then the other thing is I don't know why it clicked with me now, but them being in the shadows with the reishi just makes like so much sense. Just because when Uryu first goes into Soul Society and he talks about how like the Soul Society is like the perfect place because of the reishi and stuff.
And it's made of reishi.
It's like a full like tie back to that.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know why like we never.
It's
I just want to talk about it, like, bring it up.
No, like if they had fought the Quincy's in the human world, Soul Reapers would have had the advantage.
Yeah, for sure.
But they literally have the home field advantage because reishi everywhere. Yeah. But it's kind of weird though because I don't think you see, or like correct me if I'm wrong, you don't see them utilize the reishi like that, right? Like the way Uryu
was using it in Soul Society?
In Soul Society, we don't ever see any Quincy use it like that, right?
No.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I wish it was more like that. Because the way it is now, it's more like they have their own powers. Yeah. And it's more concepts than it is like I guess actually it's like back and forth because Busby just has fucking fire, but like
just fire. It
would have been cool to have it explored in a different way.
Yeah, I like how the direction of the episode was. It was very. These guys have the upper hand. Like
it was kind of back and forth.
No, Toshiro has the upper hand. Yeah, and you think it's like they're winning and shit. And then even with Soifon, she has the upper hand.
When she it's a shunko.
Her shunko, yeah, exactly.
When she actually perfects it or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
You think she's gonna put in work, and then all of a sudden
it switches up. Yeah. And the thing's the switch up happens while Mayuri is talking to buddy guy, don't know his name.
Yeah, don't know his name.
The other the Quincy there. So
because they're so quick to just, and they kind of like they think nothing of it when it happens because they're just like, two spiritual powers or pressures just kind of vanished or went away or whatever. So it's almost like off screened. right? It's kind of
almost, but you saw him.
You see their fight a little bit. Like the thing is,
like
the Soifan one you don't see as much. The Toshiro one, you see this, like you see that fight.
You saw he was getting body, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he literally got pierced through his chest, but he was looking like a straight hollow, trying to freeze that shit and run away.
I like the way that they keep referencing Yuhaba.
Oh yeah.
Where he's like, they're like, yo, this is everything that he's foreseen. Like everything's going literally as he planned.
Yeah.
Because now I just want them to like fuck their shit up. Like I want.
Yeah, like fuck this guy.
Yeah, fuck all these
guys.
Like
fuck all your plans.
Yeah.
Why you think your plan's so crazy, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. Literally, no. Actually, that's actually how it is,
right?
Bro.
When he says that, right, to Mayuri, it clicks in his head that like, yo, if it's all going according to his plan, that's some shit. But see, because Mayuri's so smart, I thought for sure that he would like come up with some sort of
technique or something,
or contingency for everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like as this progresses, I hope he does something like that. But like we'll see.
Even what's her name? The assistant lieutenant to the Kirok, like Shinsui.
Oh, Nanao?
Yeah.
Ise? Yeah.
When she does her keto and they have the wall to stop the
Quincy
buddy.
Powers? That's crazy.
They like, I'm just wondering like what the hell were the rest of the lieutenants
doing in nothing, literally.
Because like they should have all been working on something. Like we know know Rukia, Renji, Ichigo, Byakuya were all training.
Kenpachi
and we know that what's her name? Unohana is dead now.
Yeah, and Komamura also. We know he went to go.
Yeah, he went to go train with his big wolf thing.
Yeah.
And then you have
but that doesn't leave a lot of people.
Even Mayuri is doing. But I'm saying all the other assistant lieutenants, like, because like essentially, whoever the lieutenant is supposed to be able to work with the captain. Yeah. Either work with them, or if the like Kenpachi, he has a personality that works by himself.
Yeah.
Then just be like on that same level of like I'm gonna just fuck shit up type of thing, which is Ikaku, right? So it's kind of.
Yeah, I mean he's not the lieutenant though.
Ikaku?
No.
Who is it?
It's what's her name? She has pink hair, sits on his shoulder all the time.
Okay, yeah. Sorry. But you get what I'm saying though. But you get what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah.
Where the other, like Matsumoto works well with Hitsugaya, and they're working on that.
Yeah.
So then that freaking guy, the fat ass dude, that Soifan's guy, he's, like their relationship, that like she's not even gonna rely on him for shit.
No, we thought okay. First of all, we all had that impression of him at first. Especially I did. I was like, yo, who the fuck's this guy? Like, fuck this dude. Especially
even
during
in the Arankar, he's fucking useless.
No, that's where I'm getting at.
Yeah.
During that time, I was like, yo, this guy's actually garbage, right?
Yeah.
But then you have the invasion of Karakura Town, and he's holding his own, and he's helping, but he's like performing in the way you think he should be performing. Like he performed, bro. Don't discredit this dude. But the thing is, he's
not performing the way these other guys were, though.
Okay, the thing is, you can't compare him to other lieutenants because other lieutenants have bankais, bro.
Yeah, but so why doesn't he?
Bro, don't ask me that, bro.
Like, who's the guy that has what are they, Wabisume, whatever that does gravity, whatever his name is, fucking.
Buddy who's dead?
Yeah.
Wabisuke?
Yeah,
he's dead.
I know, but like. He was way better in the invasion of Karakura Town arc.
What's he doing now? What's he doing now?
No, I know. Okay, but he didn't have a bankai either.
Yeah, I know, that's true.
But I'm just saying, like, where are the other lieutenants at? Like, why?
Who are the... Okay.
Well, you have 13 squads.
Yeah.
If we boil it down, like, you have, like, Kenpachi. He, like, that's fine. Like, that one's done. That's good.
Kenpachi gone.
Then you have Shinsui.
Okay.
Now you have Ukitake and his squad.
Okay, first of all, Ukitake, you can see he's outside of the Soul Society.
I know, but his
two lieutenants.
His lieutenants don't do shit.
But they're with him, and they're doing something because he's sitting there outside. Like
they're just chilling outside. It looks as
why? Why would you be okay? You literally just got invaded.
Yeah.
Like not even 30, I don't know, hours ago. You're just gonna continue chilling. Like clearly, it looks like he's preparing something.
He is, but they're right. But they're not. But I'm saying they're not doing anything to prepare.
But you don't know that because maybe he needs them to do some shit, right?
Okay.
That's what it seems like. It seems as though they're doing that.
Then you have Soifan.
Okay, she didn't do shit.
Then you have Mayuri.
Oh, well, she did Shunku.
Shunku. But, and the Omoido guy, whatever.
Yeah.
Then Mayuri.
Mayuri, and then his assistant.
Nemu,
yeah.
That's 5.
Yeah, 5.
This should be 8 more.
Okay, you have Toshiro and
Byakuya.
Yeah, Renji.
Who the hell's Byakuya?
Renji,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I'm fucking saying who the hell. You're fucking hilarious.
Okay, what are we missing right now?
Then you have Komura.
Okay, who's his lieutenant?
Is the one with the glasses?
Yeah.
He's like I don't know.
The fuck is he doing?
I don't know.
Komura fucked off by himself. So
okay, but still, that's 8?
Yeah, 8. 5 more.
Who else is left, bro?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, you have Shinji.
Okay, and whoever Shinji's lieutenant, maybe it's
Hiyori.
Is it Hiyori?
It's Hiyori.
What about the guy with the knuckles?
He's also a captain.
He's a captain too?
He's a captain too.
Okay.
And then his is the other girl.
Oh, okay. The one with the green hair.
Yeah. And then the other dude's also a captain.
The one with the
strings.
Yeah.
The
mask.
Yeah,
like the Victorian mask
okay,
thing.
so that's
Yeah, but what are those guys all doing?
They're pulling up right now. They're pulling up right now. Cause they weren't in the previous beef. They weren't in the previous beef. Right? The previous invasion? They were not there. They were not there. So. They were not there. So they're probably pulling up now. They're probably pulling up now. Yeah.
And then I guess they lost Yamamoto.
Yeah.
So that's all of them?
I think so. I don't know. We didn't.
Okay. I guess that's fair.
Because Unohana died too, right?
But her squad assistant person's still a person.
Yeah.
So it's... Okay.
And then who's... Like Rukia? Oh yeah, Rukia's his lieutenant, bro.
Who's?
Ukitake's.
Oh, is she?
Yeah. You're fucking hilarious, Jiga.
No, because I thought...
Tell me, who's her captain?
Wasn't she Aizen's?
No, that was, what's her face?
Or Gin?
No, Gin's was a Wabisuke dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other one was Momo?
Momo was Okay.
Okay. What about Tosin?
Tosin's was... Oh, I don't know. Who was Tosin's lieutenant? Did he have one?
That's the loophole, bro. That's what I was saying.
Search it up. I don't know.
I don't know. Whatever.
Nah, search it up.
No, but honestly, overall, the episode was actually solid.
Yeah, it was great. At the end, though, we saw Ichigo walking through that same corridor that we've been seeing, or like that those steps. And we had the soundtrack playing, the orchestral soundtrack, but with the old Bleach vibe.
Also,
and bro, I had the biggest smile on my face. I was like, bro, Bleach is back, baby. I'm like, bro, let me fucking get a Bleach chat right now. Like, bro, fucking shit got me so hyped.
You gotta wait till the anime is done, because you might see some heat.
You will see some heat. I've been seeing heat, bro. I've been seeing heat.
But yo, what's crazy is that Ichigo's walking.
Yeah.
You have what's his name? Hachiobe or something? I don't know his name.
Which dude?
Squad Zero captain dude.
What's
his name?
Isn't it Ichibe?
Ichibe.
Yeah.
You have him voicing over, like saying, like talking about this ordeal that Ichigo's going through, and how kind of like it's kind of, what is it? Is it poetic, or it's like fucking like the way he's talking about it, where it's like, you can't start this path until you're in it, and then once you're in it, it's like not everyone makes it out. Like it's like a whole thing that he's
his monologue.
Yeah, and then Ichigo's walking, and you think that he's close to the gate, but then it gets further away because we really don't know what type of training this is.
No. And then the thing is, we've never seen this. Like, we've read the manga.
You don't see this.
This is never shown in the manga. Like, this is entirely new material. Like, we don't know what's gonna happen here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, is it based on his state of mind? Like, because there's also the rain that's falling on him, and Ichigo even says,
"Isn't he sweating?"
I thought he was sweating. No, it was rain. Like, even in what Ichibe was saying, it was something about the rain. But Ichigo is like, "Yo, like this rain's heavy. Like, why is it heavy?" It's like, yeah. I want to know what this is.
If you guys haven't watched our Why Your Favorite Anime Sucks, we talk about the importance of rain in Bleach so many times.
A few times. Yeah,
it's very heavy symbolic in Bleach. Very much so.
Quick rundown though also is with the rain thing was like his mom died in the rain. It's sad when it's raining.
bro, are you gonna just say it like that, bro? I'll say
there's a lot of rain implications.
If you watch the original Bleach, if you watch the original Bleach anime, every single time there's some sort of turning point in Bleach, it tends to be raining. So like again, like the first time it rains is against, like when he loses to Byakuya and Renji, and they take Rukia back to the Soul Society, it's raining that day when he thinks he's about to die, right?
When his mom dies.
When his mom dies, that's a significant turning point in his life. It's also raining, right? And then inside his mind, it's also like raining.
I think Fullbring Arc it's raining too.
What we're trying to say is that rain plays a very significant part in Bleach in sort of showing the emotional turmoil that the characters are going through, or like, you know, like a breaking or
I was just saying it quick, bro.
Anyways, moving on. Jujutsu Kaisen.
We'll do the anime first. We got episode 2 over here.
Oh yeah.
Did you watch it?
Too. I did.
Okay.
I did watch it.
It was good.
No, like I don't remember.
Very well.
I don't remember this part, but I don't remember Toji betting on shit and just sitting there and just eating ramen and just watching people.
You know what's crazy?
I don't remember any of that.
I don't either. But what's crazy is people were. So you know how he was eating takoyaki?
Yeah.
So I don't know if this is confirmed, but read on Twitter where the takoyaki, you know how there's 6 balls?
Yeah.
They're supposed to be a representation of the 6 size.
Okay.
So when he's eating them, when he's squishing them, it's kind of foreshadowing what he's gonna do.
Like how he's going after Gojo?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
And I don't know if it was confirmed, but I think from the Twitter post I had read, they were saying that Geiji had said that the takoyaki is symbolic of the 6 size.
Okay.
I don't know if, like, again.
Yeah.
It could just be like a theory, but
it was a very well done episode. It was kind of funny to see how, like, not only are real life girls fangirling over Gojo, 2D girls are fangirling over Gojo too. They're like, damn, he walks in the church and they're all like, yo, take me now. And he's like, yo, just take my picture, please.
It's progressing pretty quick because I think by the end of it, like if you watch, I think they have a teaser for the next episode, but by the end of it, I think we might just get to see Gojo versus Toji next episode.
Well, it's only 5 episode arc.
I know, but like it's just kind of crazy because when we were thinking about this before the anime started, we expected a little bit longer, but like it's not like they're not even cutting corners.
No, not at all.
They're giving us a little bit more, and they're doing this in 5 episodes. So
yeah,
holy shit, man! Like
it's wild.
Next episode is crazy.
Just real quick, some guys try to jump Toji or try to jump Gojo because they're like, yo, there's a 32 million bounty on the Star Plasma Vessel, right? And the animation there was clean. The way he was grabbing her, and like his explanation of his powers, so well done.
I thought it was kind of weird that he was explaining his powers even.
Well, he's just doing it. I think that's just for fans.
He was just like, let me tell you.
Well, he's like 17.
Yeah, he's different.
He's like, yo,
trying to flex his shit.
He's like, let me just flex on you, bro. Like, let me impress you, girl.
Yeah, that was actually really cool, I think, when he was...
No, and what I really liked was the way he warped in. He was
already going like this, and then he warps
the next frame after is him like breaking everything and shit, right? And the anime does a really good job of showing how young this Gojo is and how unexperienced he is because he's unable to shoot his reversal red.
Yeah, because he's still
whereas Gojo in season 1 can do that shit. He's doing hollow purple, which is both red and blue.
Yeah, he's
so chilling. That means like that Gojo is on some other shit, you know.
Also, I thought it was kind of weird how, again, like, you know how he can instantly move.
Yes.
With his space. Instantaneous. He was holding
her,
that girl,
and doing it.
So I'm like, how does this affect her?
It doesn't, bro. We see him do it with Toji in the first season, bro. What's this?
But Toji was built different.
Not Toji, sorry.
Yuji. But Yuji's also physically gifted.
Okay.
Where like
I think he can just extend his
to whoever he's holding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we know,
just curious.
That.
So I mean, we can talk about the manga.
Yeah, moving on to the manga. Just Gojo versus Sukuna fight still going on.
It's literally what we were saying. How
they just spamming domain at this point. Like it's been over how many times they don't give a fuck.
No, but this is literally what we were saying. How Gojo he's spamming it on purpose. Remember the thing I was saying?
Yeah.
And he ended up being 0.01 seconds faster than Sukuna.
Well,
and that crumbled Malevolent Shrine. And now that and the thing is, like, we don't know how smart Sukuna really is. Like, obviously smart enough to, like, you know, take Megumi's body and, like, whatever. But, like, part of that was also, like, a gamble for him to see if he could even take Megumi's body.
Yeah.
I feel like now that because Malevolent Shrine actually did break.
Yeah.
That was kind of like why he was forced to bring out Maharoga.
No, because like,
he also got like stuck in like Unlimited Void and stuff. But like,
so right now, I
think that was a shock to him.
No. So as of right now, Sukuna has only cast his domain twice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The first time.
Yeah.
Then it got broken, and then he didn't.
They didn't break it the first time.
No. He's broken Malevolent Shrine.
Yeah.
Once already.
Yeah, and that was like when he initially cut Sukuna, like just last chapter, like when he just barely cut him.
Just when last chapter was when he broke it the first time, and then he broke it a second time. Yeah.
But I feel like that's a shock to him now, and like I think this can like, I'm on the same train of thought, and this is something that Mattu was saying.
Yeah.
Gojo is stronger, than Sukuna. Like if we go back to the beginning of the whole show.
Yeah, where he said
when he says that he can take Sukuna.
Yeah.
That version of Sukuna from that era, like back then.
Bro, you been on Twitter?
What do you mean?
Literally people on Twitter are just like, high era Sukuna, bro, he get fucked. The only reason Sukuna's in this is because Maharoga. Bro.
It's not that he'd get fucked. It's not that he'd get fucked. Yeah. It's just that like if you go to that point where let's just assume, like say Sukuna sealed.
Yeah.
If you were to compare that level of Sukuna to
like pre-seal Sukuna?
Yeah.
Okay.
To where Gojo's at now.
Yeah.
Gojo was actually the strongest person in the verse, but now
that
Sukuna has Maharoga and has the 10 shadows, now it's him.
No, the thing is, bro, like I don't know the correlation of hand signs with Jujutsu sorcery.
It's just the 10 shadow guys, no,
because anytime somebody does a domain,
Kendaku did it too.
It correlates, right? Sure. Your hand sign correlates with your domain, and we know that somehow that correlates with your Jujutsu sorcery, right?
It could just be like it's something that helps them actually like bring out their domain, like something that they maybe like they're akin to.
Because the thing is,
what they seem as natural, like you know how like because Gojo does this thing.
Gojo just does this, yeah.
Yeah.
So what I was kind of trying to get at was Hein era Sukuna had 4 arms. So
you're saying he can do one different one with each one?
So that's what I mean, because he had 4 arms. That's 2 different hand signs that he could be doing. So like,
you think he can manipulate and use 2 domains at once and like or whatever, any of that stuff at once? Like maybe 2 techniques at once? Maybe,
but what I was gonna say is, what if his complete domain requires 4 hands?
That's facts.
Yeah.
So technically, we actually don't know.
We actually don't know.
Because he also has that spear.
Because I'm not.
He also has that divine spear.
He does, and I'm not saying that like, because like right now it's 1 shrine, but like maybe it's like a 2-level shrine. You know what I mean?
You're right. You're right.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
but also, yeah, it's
because there's a reason he had 4 arms. He somehow thought that 4 arms would be like the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery.
Though, like just right? the way that Gojo's been switching up and slowly kind of he was able to break Malevolent Shrine.
Yeah.
I think even if Sukuna had his 4 arms and there was another tier to that domain, in terms the way of breaking it and everything would still be the same. Because domains, like even though Unlimited Void is fucking crazy domain, it sucks from the outside in. It's gonna break. Yeah. Right. So it's literally the same concept, right? Yeah. So Gojo would still be able to that 0.01 leg would still end up happening, and Gojo would end up beating Sukuna.
No, because I did think like if Gojo can do this, why don't you just do it with both hands and just do double domains? But there's probably like some reason that you can't just pop 2 domains at the same time. Like that doesn't make sense.
What I find weird though about the chapter is that Gojo had hit him with Unlimited Void, and then he goes with twice, right?
The thing, bro.
The first time he punches him, but the second time, like he goes, "Oh, with this treasure I summon thee," while he's already in Unlimited Void.
So he got hit by an Unlimited Void twice.
Yeah,
both for 0.01 seconds, so in a total of 0.02 seconds.
Sure.
Is the amount of Unlimited Void that he like processed, I guess.
But it's infinity, so even if it is a 0.01 second, like you don't know how much of like
no, like he should like theoretically that should have fucked Sukuna up.
Yeah,
but it didn't.
The first time he punches him, like he takes that 0.1 second or whatever, to hit him and do like a devastating attack, I guess.
Yeah, but it should have.
And then because he was focused on
fried his brain,
because
bro.
he was because of how short of a time it was.
Yeah,
you could say that maybe it wasn't long enough.
Okay, maybe.
But then the next time he does it, the only reason it was short that time is because Maharuga canceled it.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, it like in the way that you're reading the chapter, Unlimited Void, he had cast that. How was he able to even process the words of saying like with this treasure?
Okay, but what I'm
unless
saying,
he can like recite it in his head or some shit.
I think it's just like, so remember how prior to this fight and everything, we had seen Sukuna out there fighting like the random Jujutsu sorcerers.
Yeah.
Right, and like Matu or Justman, he had basically expressed how Sukuna's only half hand signing, like he's not doing the full thing.
Yeah.
And they've basically explained later on that once you get good enough, you don't have to do the full thing.
Yeah.
So I think Sukuna's at the stage where he doesn't have to do the full thing. He can just like recite it in his mind and it's good. He doesn't have to do any of that. But I also think that Maharuga was out
before,
because the previous chapter, the wheel is out. And not only that,
I thought the wheel was a teaser.
Yeah, no.
To say that like Sukuna's getting ready to bring him out.
No. And then the thing is, we saw, because we know at this point,
because where the fuck was the wheel also? Like, why didn't Gojo notice there's a wheel out there?
I don't know. He should have. But the thing is, Gojo's like, his nose started bleeding, right? So we know it was taxing on his brain at that point already.
Yeah.
Now he's popped a domain, 2 times?
That's twice, yeah.
2 more times or 3 more times? However many times
in the chapter twice.
Yeah, so that's like, his shit's getting taxed like crazy, right? But we know from the Yoryuza versus Sukuna fight that Sukuna can swap out of a domain with Maharuga. Yeah. So
you're saying Maharuga was already outside of the domain? Because from last chapter, Gojo didn't realize that Maharuga's like wheel was out already. Yeah. Outside the domain. And then because he's doing continuous pops of his domain. Yeah. He switched spots with him. Is what you're saying?
I'm saying that he can, because
or he just brought him in, or he just brought him
like in. He brought him in. Like the thing is though,
that makes a lot more sense.
But it doesn't make sense. Like as Justman would say, Gojo has 6 eyes though, and he should be able to see everything. So because he couldn't see that could not be the case.
But like it was, you could say that because he's so invested in kind of keep like popping his domains.
Yeah, like you could say
figuring out a way
so
to like
hyper focus
on the fact, popping the domains to find a way to just break down Sukuna's. Yeah. That he didn't even take. No, fuck, that doesn't even make sense, because he was literally the chapter before, he's like, why hasn't Sukuna brought up Maharuga yet?
Yeah, he literally said that. So he definitely did account for Maharuga,
but he didn't account for Maharuga to adapt. That was the issue.
Fast?
Yeah. That was the issue, because when it comes to the end and he cuts down his sword, it wipes away his domain, and he's like, what the fuck? Like, how did he already adapt?
Adapt this fast.
Which I actually don't like. Is it because the wheel came out prior to the first pop that when he popped it the second time, that's why Maharuga adapted?
Or maybe
like that makes the most sense.
The thing is, bro, like, okay, Maharuga 1, we don't know if it's like an intelligent creature.
Yeah, if it
right,
has,
so
like,
if
thoughts,
it doesn't have a brain, Unlimited Void
doesn't affect it,
right?
Yeah,
that could be one thing, right?
But that means
then 2, we also don't know like how, because how like the shadows come out of your body, right? Like when the like a 10 shadow user uses it, they like come out of your body. Like we've seen like Bird come out of his back or some shit, right?
Yeah.
So what if,
I think it's coming from the shadows though.
Right.
I think it's literally coming out of his shadow, because like wherever you are, you're gonna have a shadow. So he just comes out of the shadow.
What if the first time that Sukuna got hit by the Unlimited Void was actually Maharuga getting hit by it, and then the second time he got hit by it was when Maharuga had adapted?
I think it makes more sense that that first time it broke, Gojo used that chance to hit Sukuna. Yeah. And that was Maharuga got that time to adapt.
No, so I think like,
you think it wasn't even Sukuna that he hit?
No.
Like,
I think Maharuga, he was summoned prior to the fight
Way before.
Oh
no, I don't think so.
He's been out this entire time, and that's why that's what I think. So that's what I think. Because otherwise,
why would the wheel show up that like at the end of the last chapter?
No, it was shown to us then.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It could have been like active the entire time.
I'm gonna go adjustment on this one because why wouldn't a 6-eye see that?
See the wheel?
Yeah, if Mahoruga was out prior
to
the
wheel
fight,
I don't think the wheel has to be out.
But just the way Gojo questioned like why isn't Mahoruga out last chapter?
Yeah.
He would have noticed if Mahoruga was out. That's like, but Mahoruga's a being you would notice.
But like okay, for example, right now I don't know how the 6 eyes work, but can the 6 eyes see like how much cursed energy he's using and how much he's used?
I don't think it works like that.
Right, so he could have literally just used it, put Mahoruga in a spot, and then just continued the fight, and then when he needed to, just call him in.
Maybe, but I think the significance of the wheel at the end of the chapter, is to show that's when he had summoned him out.
Maybe
because when you think about it that way, it's like, he summoned him out then, but because he also popped his domain, one is because they're technically in a whole different space.
Yeah,
he couldn't even like see that Mahoruga goes out.
Yeah.
And then because
I think
popped two domains,
yeah.
The first domain Mahoruga experienced or whatever.
Yeah.
And then the second one is why he was able to break it.
Because I swear it showed the wheel like turning, no?
I think it was just one panel, like one like skinny
and it went like click. It was like click or
maybe.
Something, right? I could be wrong, but what I think is happening is every time Gojo has popped his domain,
it's been clicking.
Yeah.
And that's him adapting.
Yeah. And the fact that he's been spamming his domain has been the advantage that like the reason why Mahoruga is adapting is because Gojo spammed his domain.
Like had he not been spamming
exactly. That's what I think. But again, like I don't know how well the 6 eyes can see I think
even if like both ways, even if he was there at the beginning and it took like the 7-8 pops of domains for it to click and then that he comes out, I think that makes sense, but it also makes sense even if it was just these two domains. Yeah. Because having like again, you're like it's Doomsday. If he experiences it once, that's it. Second time, like you can't do shit with it, right?
Exactly.
So,
but what I'm saying is like what you were saying is how Gojo with the 6 eyes should be able to see that Mahoruga was there, right?
Outside,
But what I'm saying, I put Mahoruga around the corner. We're fighting over.
You can still tell. You can still sense cursed energy. People can still sense cursed energy.
Yeah, but he's gonna see he's gonna sense. There's so many Jujutsu sorcerers there. You have like Kenjaku. Really. You have like all these different people. You know what I mean?
No, nobody's in the.
And the thing is, like he doesn't need like Sukuna doesn't need Mahoruga in his immediate vicinity. He just
for them to teleport.
Yeah, because he can just pull him through the shadows. All he needs to do is pull him through the shadow.
Either way, that doesn't make sense because if Mahoruga is not affected by the void, how would he be able to adapt to it? It wouldn't make sense. He would have to be in there
to adapt to
get it. It wouldn't make sense even if he was outside. Like it.
Yeah. But his sword, like his swords are anti-cursed energy swords. So like,
I still think it's weird that Sukuna got hit by unlimited void and was still able to cast it. Because even if he was able to say it in his head, like recite in his head, his head he shouldn't have been able to have a thought process,
like to process
happen.
It. Yeah. But again, he has 4 times Gojo's curse energy. He's probably like as soon as he got delayed, because he was doing reverse curse technique on himself, and that's what delayed him popping it.
Man, that's the biggest bullshit too.
What?
Like reverse curse technique on your curse technique is like the biggest bullshit.
It's such an ass pull, bro. Like what the fuck is that, man? But anyways, because he's doing reverse curse technique, because he was already doing that, then when it popped it, he could have been already doing it on his brain, and it could have mitigated the damage that the
Infinity though. You're gonna compare Infinity to a reverse curse
0.01 second. I don't know, man. If you're saying it like that, then he shouldn't even like he should have been dead. You know what I mean?
I know.
But thing is, now that Mahoruga's out, isn't it GG's for Gojo?
Yeah.
Because
this is the time where Utah guys are gonna.
No, because does Gojo have like? How is he gonna defeat Mahoruga? He literally has to just shoot off like reversal, hollow purple. Like,
do you think Gojo does defeat Mahoruga just to get Mahoruga out of the way for the other sorcerers?
Bro, he's fighting. It's me 2v1, bro.
I know, but do you think like that's partly why he dies is because he decides that he needs to get rid of Mahoruga for them to
even if he gets rid of Mahoruga, Sukuna just summons him again. He's a shadow, my guy.
But is there a way to actually like destroy the shadow? Like you know how Megumi's died?
Yeah.
But that first one died.
But then it merged. But then it merged with the another one. So he can literally take Mahoruga, merge him with some other thing, and it's just fucking monster.
But it could also the way this fight's been going down, it makes it seem like anything. Gojo is still not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Because nobody even knows what the fuck's
going on.
Yeah.
The fans don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Like we're really okay.
But even the sorcerers, they don't even know there's like levels beyond what they were capable of.
No, that's true.
And they're the ones tapping into it. So like, maybe Gojo does kill Mahoruga, and then you can't do anything about it. Like he's just dead. Like you can't bring the shadow back.
Maybe.
But then that just like heavily nerfs like
the 10 shadow user moving forward.
Yeah.
Forever.
Yeah. But like whatever. That's outside the scope of the story.
Yeah. So I don't know. I still think like Sukuna's winning.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Gojo has to die. I've been saying.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's the end of our pod. Like, comment, subscribe.
I think we covered everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we covered everything. If we forgot, let us know. If you agreed with any of our thoughts, comment down below. If you disagreed, let us know. If we got some facts wrong, let us know. Anything we're saying and you're like, yo, these guys are saying this and it's not right, say it. Voice your opinion, bro. We'll reply. I'll reply. I'll have a whole ass debate with you, bro. Don't even worry. Like, it's all good.
Pin the comment.
I'll pin the comment.
Pin the comment on the video.
Yeah. So our TikTok will be in the description. Instagram coming never.
Twitter's out there.
And yeah. Peace.
See you on the next one.